Module 5, Lesson 4, More Examples of Functions. We have Table A here looking at the number of bags of candy and the cost of those bags in dollars. We've seen this function earlier. Table B shows the number of seconds and the distance traveled in feet. What we're going to start to look at today is the difference between a discrete function and a non-discrete function. So, for example, a discrete function, now this is my own words, but it cannot have parts of x. So in other words, in the first example, you can't have half a bag of candy. You can't go into a store and buy half a bag of candy. So this first function here is a discrete function. Now, a non-discrete function, I believe it's also called continuous, can have part of x. So you can have pieces. So in this second example, table B, number of seconds, well, you can have half a second, you can have half a minute, you can have half an hour, you can have part of a unit of time. I mean, you don't have to run for a whole minute, you can run for half a minute. So you don't have to run for a whole second, you can run for half a second. So this second function is not discrete. Now, here are quite a few examples. We're just going to try and determine if they are discrete or not. I'm just going to run down through these. The discrete ones, the ones that you cannot have part of whatever the x value is they're talking about. So the function that assigns each whole number the cost of buying that many cans of beans as a particular grocery store. A whole number, you can't have half of that. So this first one would be discrete. Question D, the function that assigns to each day of the year 2015 my height at noon that day. You can't have half of a day. So if they're talking about days, it would be the whole day. F, the function that assigns to each color the first letter of the name of that color. Well, if it's a color, you can't have part of a color. And the last one of these that's discrete would be the function that assigns the word yes to every yes/no question. There's no such thing as having part of yes. So letter H is also a discrete function. The rest of these are not discrete, so we'll briefly talk about them. The function that assigns a time of day, well, time of day, you could have half an hour, part of a minute. The function that assigns a real number, we can have a real number divided by 2, half of a real number. The function that assigns to each moment in the year 2015, this is they're not discrete. It has, I mean, you're talking about small increments of time. The function that assigns the number 23 to each and every real value between 20 and 30.6 is not discrete. And the function that assigns to each height directly above the North Pole the temperature of the air, and that is also not discrete. Water flows from a faucet into a bathtub at a constant rate of 7 gallons of water every 2 minutes. This is what we saw in the last section too. Regard the volume of water accumulated in the tub as a function of the number of minutes the faucet has been on. Is this function discrete or non-discrete? In other words, can the faucet run for part of a minute, for half a minute, for a third of a minute, for a fourth of a minute? And the answer is yes, it can run for part of a minute. So this is not discrete. Example 3, you have been served freshly made soup that is so hot cannot be eaten. You measure the temperature of the soup and it's 210 degrees Fahrenheit. Since 212 is boiling, there is no way it can be safely eaten. 1 minute after receiving the soup, the temperature has dropped to 203 degrees. If you assume the rate at which the soup cools is constant, write an equation that would describe the temperature of the soup over time. And when would the soup be 147 degrees, which would be cooled down enough for us to eat? Well, the soup is changing, let's see, from 210 to 203 in 1 minute. So 210 to 203 in a period of 1 minute. So this is 7 degrees Fahrenheit in 1 minute. So if it's changing 7 degrees Fahrenheit in 1 minute, that's the same as the slope. That is your rate of change. So y equals -7, because it's actually going down 7 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the y-intercept is the amount that your soup started at. Well, the soup started at 210 degrees. So there's your equation for this line. And then when would the soup be cool enough, or when would it be 147 degrees? We're going to have to put 147 degrees in for y. Okay, x is our time, y is our temperature, and then solve this. So if we subtract 210 from both sides, we get -63 equals -7x. Divide by -7, and x equals +9, which means it will take 9 minutes to cool down far enough for us to eat. Now, this function is also not discrete, because you can cool your soup for half of a minute or half of a second. So this is a not discrete function. Okay, example 4. Consider the function that assigns to each of 9 baseball players, numbered 1 through 9, his height. The data for this function is given below. Call the function g. We have inputs and outputs here. Remember, our inputs are what we're putting in for x. Our outputs are what we're getting out for y. So if we have an input of 2, what do you see as the output? Well, right here, the input of 2 gives us an output of 5 foot 4 inches. Can 2 have a different output? Is it possible for player 2 to have a different height? No, player 2 cannot have a different height. That's the only height that he's going to have. And is this function discrete or not? Absolutely, because these players only have one height, and you're not going to have half a player, or their number is not going to, you're not going to be able to take half of this for any reason. So this is a discrete function for sure.